Four's Crash Dummy. Now, this is a
Yes,
co-host
sir.
of Dom's on the Potty Mouth Pod, and we've obviously reviewed two of Dom's projects already. We
Yes.
now have a four project to actually look over because this is, I believe, his first or maybe his second
No,
project that he's
no,
come
this
out
is
with
third. This is
since.
third.
No, I'm saying since we started our
Yeah.
show.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna let you go, Dom, because I know you wanted to chime in on this conversation, but
Here's
we
what I
gonna
want.
add.
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
give context. That's all I
Okay, go
wanted.
ahead.
I want to give
Wait, so
context.
should we give our opinions first and then you give the context, or should you give
No,
context first?
let me give a little context, and then I want to hear your opinions about it, and then I give my
Okay.
opinion because I'm gonna have a biased opinion about this, obviously.
Uh-huh.
So let me tell you a little bit about Four. I want to give the backstory to who Four is as a man. Okay, this is very exciting for me that y'all reviewing his album. He doesn't know this is happening, by the way.
Okay, bet.
I didn't tell him I was doing this pod. I'm can't wait for him to send this video. He had to listen to people review his music because it's the first time anybody ever reviewed his music. So
Right.
Four started making music last year, like 4/4 to the date was the first time he ever recorded a song on his own. What happened was, it was a long story, but Four shitted on somebody else's shit in a public bathroom, and our whole community dissed him. They made a bunch of diss songs, and I was like, Four, you got to diss back. So I wound up writing a verse for Four. And it was a pretty good verse, and Four liked it, and he liked the feeling like recording. And come to time out, a few weeks later, he was just like recording secretly, and he had some songs. I was like, okay, cool. And the first album, I forgot the name of it. Fuck, I forgot. No, Why She Did That was called. It was like really good. And I was like, okay, this is good for your first effort. Then the last one was called Sophomore Slump. Got better. I was like, wow, hold on.
Is that the one with him in the water? Is that the one with him in the?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's the him with him in the water.
Because that played after this one.
Yeah, that one has a song on it called Sunday.
Oh
Yeah, and I like that song. That's the song that actually played. So yeah,
That's a hit. That's his hit. And then now we get to Crash Dummy. Now here's some kind of I executive produced his album. He played me the album, I want to say 5 or 6 months ago. He played me like the first version of it, and I was like, so the first two songs were the songs I liked. I said, Four, these first two songs are really good. Everything else is trash. And I told him, Mikey, I was like, when you make an album, you build albums around songs. So every song you make has to be as good or better than the best song on the album. If it's not, then what's the point of the album? And he took that personally. And to me, it reflects in the music, but I want to hear your opinion on the music now.
Who want to start? You want to start B or what?
I mean, we could go back and forth through the track list because
Okay.
the track list is short, so it's not like we
It's
going
short, yeah.
It's very short, yeah.
Yeah.
album. Going through the first song down, is that Bonnie? The one I think I love about Four on this project right here, the melodies and his
The
hooks. To me, his hooks was very infectious, and his hooks really grabbed me because I knew something was the hook whenever I heard it. And so, hearing this right here, I'm like, okay, the verses, and this is my critique over the whole album. The verses sometimes will get me like, not like it was bad, but I'm like, sometimes it will come off not super off kilter, but it will be a little bit off. Like he was like, I was eating cereal, eating the Childish Gambino, doing that thing. And I'm just like, I'm
Hey,
not really
bro.
getting down with this verse like that. It's not bad. It's reminiscent of a young time. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is this an older song that you putting on here? I'm like, what are we doing right here? But I really like the hook on this song right here. B, how do you feel about this?
No, I actually like this track. Like I like this track, and you could see that I could tell that he's new into rapping.
Yeah.
And when he's getting into his little pocket, he's trying to, listen to Childish Gambino, even though the music ain't because it reflects him. Like it put him in the spot where he is. The music wasn't as good, but now he's like, all right, it just made me to not think about the haters. Let me just keep focusing on my writing and my pen. So I like that part because it shows that growth of him being like, all right, like I know I'm not the best right now, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you an artist that I'm listening to right now. Like his shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I really like this song. I was like, the hook was dope. I like the production on it. Even though I know you could tell from like the rapping, like, okay, he's trying to find it, but I'm like, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
I think from a songwriter's perspective, it was a good idea. Was the execution the best? No. I think his delivery, that's not his pocket, but you could tell that he was trying a new pocket. I was like, he's trying something new, which in music for me personally, I respect triers more than anything. I tell the kids in my community all the time, like I've heard your music, you can't rest on what works. If you always do what works, how are you getting better? You got to push yourself to like do something weird, do something interesting, do something new, because then you're not getting better. But I like this song because he did push himself to do something new and different. But he sounds so awkward and fucking weird when he's rapping.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's why I was like, it was a bit off to me. But
But
also, like I
I
said, I
like
like the
that though. I
actual
don't know. I
quirkiness of
like
the
that.
beat though.
Yeah,
Like
Hmm.
it because when it first hit me,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
don't know. I really
he
love
be
these
on the hooks
melodies
though.
on this
I ain't gonna
project
lie.
right
We gonna
here.
talk about
He
it.
said,
Yeah.
not again.
Yeah, yeah, nah,
but
yeah.
but yeah, to me, this was the only song where Four kind of felt a bit uncomfortable, and it's because
Mm,
this is a song where he's like kind of like straight rapping, especially
mm-hmm.
in the verses right here. But then we get to the second track, "Gone," which I'm just like, okay, Four, you got me now. Finally, this is the beat where I'm like, "Gone, gone." I'm like, yeah, this is the banger track. This is the
Yeah.
song. See, and then me, I kept going back and forth. I'm like, should this have been the intro track? Because this is a really good intro track right
Hmm.
here. But like I said, Four. Verses wise, Ford didn't really like catch me, which isn't a bad thing, but his hooks is just so catchy where I'm just like, I really love the beat where he's finding his melody and the
Hmm.
hook on the actual beat itself. But yeah, this is like the loud song right here. Four is auto tuned up because compared to the last track, he really wasn't auto tuned up in the middle of his verses. This song, he's like fully auto tuned up.
No,
I
he
enjoyed
turned
this
that.
one.
He turned that other two up on 100 on Band Lab. He turns it up all the
Yeah.
way.
So when I got to this track, I'm like, okay, little, I feel like he's gonna give us a little diversity in here. You know what I'm saying? Because I could
Mm,
tell from this album, just and whole like this album, like he listens to a lot of music.
he
I can see that
does.
he kind of, and I can see that he want to pick from different genres or different things he likes from certain things. And like when I heard this, I'm like, okay, this is like the more. I guess the banger, like the head, like the one that's gonna get you moving and whatever. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I like the hook on this, like you said, be like the rapping wasn't the standout to me, but I feel like the hook and the production on this, I think he executed that really well. I was like, it's not bad, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm like, I'm about to shit on this album if I
I,
but like, bro,
and
like, yo, this not bad.
But see, where I think Ford lacks in some of the verses at times, which I'm not going to crap on him for
Hmm.
that because obviously, he's really new at this. He makes up with the hooks. So I'm like, all right, the
Hmm.
hooks is really getting me though. So that's why I really like because when we go into GoldenEye, and there's some guys on here that feature like K2 Time and GBK AU. They the ones that got two features to me where K2 Time doesn't have enough presence for me, but
Hmm.
GBK AU, he has a certain line that sticks with me. And it was that I'm dead A like zombie cheeks. And I'm just like,
That ass like
I
zombie
just had to
cheeks.
pause. I'm just like, what did I just hear just now? I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing on here? But no, the GoldenEye song, this might be one of my favorite songs because once we start going into that little run that to me
Hmm.
four has, especially from GoldenEye to Baby Eye,
Mhm.
the hook on here is really good. Now the rapping, like I said, co-assignment,
Yeah.
like I'm taking notes like assignment. I'm
Man.
just like,
Yeah, yeah.
to me, I'm just
Yeah.
like, this isn't fitting in that pocket like that. But I get it
Yeah.
because at first the flow, I'm like, all right, this flow that you got right now, it's fitting. But when he changed it up and he started hitting that one
Hmm.
assignment, and he started stretching out, I'm just like, this really isn't sitting well with me. But also, he got someone else to kind of offset him, so it's not too much for on the project itself.
Hmm.
But yeah, K2 Time didn't really do too much for me. It wasn't a horrible verse or anything like that. It wasn't like that zombie cheeks thing, but it just didn't have enough presence for me.
So
How do you
that's
feel about it? Oh, go
that,
ahead.
Oh
so
yeah.
that's Key Two Times and GBKAU, both
Okay.
both other PM's community members.
Hmm.
Funny enough, GBKAU, he is like a really good songwriter. But the
Hmm.
problem
Mhm.
is with being a good songwriter is you take risks sometimes. And
Hmm.
that
Mhm.
line was a risk. That's a risk.
Yeah, it was definitely a risk because that
But
it
that's
stood out. So it did its job. It's standing out. And it caught my attention, but I'm just like,
you know what's
I
funny?
don't.
He reminds me of like early Wayne in the sense of like, you know how Wayne would like take risks with bars?
Hmm.
Sometimes he'd be like, yo, how he come up with that? Other times like, Wayne, what are you doing here? That's
Mhm.
one of those lines. Like where it's like,
Right.
I see you pushing the boundaries of what is a bar. Come on. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like on this song right here, like B said, it's the rapping. I'm saying he's gonna get it down. He's gonna get the rapping together. He's gonna work on that. But one thing he got, man, he got those hooks.
He got a melody.
He got the melody, he got it. So I was playing this for like my wife and my sister, and I was like, "What y'all think about the way y'all think about this?" Like I just play it just for them to hear like a hook, and they was like, "All right." They didn't say they didn't like it. They were like, "Nah, turn this off." They was like, "All right, I'm rocking with this. So I was like, I just want to be like, okay, I'm not tripping. Like I am not tripping. Like this,
Yeah.
these hooks are good. Like so
Oh,
I like that track though. I like the Golden Eye track. It's not
but
bad.
before we go further, like, do you like how do y'all feel about that being like the goal for a song, for it just to be passable, for it just to be something you can fit into a playlist at a kickback? Is that
I
how
think
you
that's
feel about
good.
that?
I think that's good though.
I
I
think in
like it
this
though. I have no problem
day,
with it.
I think this day and age is definitely good because it needs to stand out now. Like to me,
Yeah.
the verses isn't what really matters, especially with the song being so short nowadays. But the hook is what needs to stand out because that's the part that's going to be super catchy for
You
everybody
want
that
that earworm.
listens
I
to
ain't
the
gonna
song.
lie, but we ain't got to the song yet. But baby, like that
Mhm.
stuff be it'll just be in your I'm like, all right, bro, that's like a
Yeah.
little earworm right here. I'm like, Ford might be on to something, bro. Look.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
then we got
bro.
the next track, Understand. And I'm not gonna lie, on my first listen to this, I'm like, I do not like this song. This went
Mhm.
totally left. I'm like,
Hmm.
no. But after more listens, I kind of got like more accustomed to it. And I guess it's because coming off of GoldenEye and I'm really liking that song, and I'm off a high on that song. Then we get to Understand. I'm like, the production is very different. I don't really know how to really describe it besides like the best way I could say is like some maybe like some XXX Tentacion, some
He was getting his little
SoundCloud
peep
like
bag,
you know
bro.
the yeah I'm about
Mm.
to say that alternative rock like rap. And at first
Mhm.
I didn't really like it, but I do like the melody. I mean overall I like it now, but I do like the melodies that Ford has on here. And to me this is like one of those tracks where it's like it's more about the vibe and the feeling rather than what Ford is saying because Ford has like his melodies on here. He's not really saying much. But it's the
Mhm.
vibe and the feeling that the song actually gives you itself. But overall, I like it now, especially when we go into the next song, "Baby I," which I'm just like, all right, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, B, how
But
you
now I
feel about it?
understand, like he got into his like his little emo bag, like little peep and all that. That's another thing. I'm like, hey, bro, he giving us different sounds. I like Ford
Yeah.
taking risks, he doing his thing. I was like, I actually liked it. I'm like, first I'm thinking, man, what is this boy? What are you getting into right now? But like I heard it again, I'm like, all right, it's not bad. I like how he was going to, me again. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not tripping off this. And it
Mm.
was short and sweet. He didn't try to drown y'all with it, like
Yeah.
drag it out or nothing like that. He's like, he knew. He's like, yeah, this something I ain't trying to give him 2 to 3 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Give us a minute, 39 seconds. Got us out of there. It
Get
felt
in
like
and
a little
out.
interlude. It felt like an interlude to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like a break point in the middle. I don't know if he tried to do that intentionally,
I
but
don't know.
it kind of gave me that like, okay, transition. I'm finna get a little more, finna get more emotional on you.
I do
Mm.
appreciate like a song not like knowing when it's time to
Hmm.
go and not
Yeah.
overstaying its welcome. Because sometimes I get that in like contemporary hip hop where it's like, well, some people have an issue with like hip hop today being like a minute and a half, but also I've like decided that I'm okay with it if it makes sense for the art. Like, cause
Hmm.
some songs shouldn't be longer than a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Cause the moment you go over that, it's like, damn, I wish this would have ended. Cause this second verse, it's not giving you what I wanted to
Hmm.
give.
Hmm.
Sometimes all you got is one verse. Cut the beat off. Hook, verse, hook, cut the beat off. Or send me out with like a little post chorus and bridge. And I think Ford did a good job of that on his
Yeah.
album, of knowing when
Hmm.
to let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
And baby, I
Is this the fourth track? The fourth track was the one with the car crash at the end, right? Or was that the fifth track?
that
Uh
was understand when he did Osh and then he
yeah.
Yeah,
crashed.
that oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then we get into the fifth track, Baby I. I really feel like that was Baby I now. But
It
yeah,
could
we
have
get into
been.
the fifth track, Baby
That
I.
was understand.
Melodies again. I'm loving it for. Four is giving me melodies that I really do love. To me, this whole project to me, like I said, four isn't really saying much of much, but it's more so the feeling and the actual vibe of the music itself. He's giving me, just like B was saying, that infectious earworm. He's giving me
Mm.
that melody and that hook that's like gonna stick with me. Like I said, this run from GoldenEye to Baby I, I'm like, all
Hmm.
right, you got me for, especially with it always. I mean, not always, but it's sounding so different from each song because in that little 3 song run, each of them have like a different pocket and a different flow that Four actually utilizes like his melodies on. But overall, for me, I like Baby I.
I didn't
Baby, I was
even
probably
peep the track
yeah.
list rhyme. The track list was rhyming. Baby, I golden eye. He was giving you bars in the track list. You ain't
Mm,
even do the knowledge,
Hey,
I
young.
we
didn't.
didn't
I
do the
didn't.
science on
You
ours,
ain't do
bro.
the sign. Do the math,
Do
nigga.
the mathematics. No, but Baby I like probably my favorite track on here, but that's the one that stuck out to me the first, like after the first listen. I'm like, hey yo. I probably had to. I think I ran that one back. I was like, hold on, I kind of like this right here. Then I'm like, bro, the him and Dom, is this a little collab? Did Dom write some of this or
I
something?
did not
Like,
write a single
yeah,
word on his album.
you ain't wrote
Oh,
nothing on
okay.
here.
I did
It's
not
To
write a
all
me,
single
singles.
word.
the styles is way too different to where I'm just like, I can imagine Dom writing any of this.
Oh, I
Not saying
could.
that you
I
I
just
think
can.
he
don't.
could. I think he could, bro.
Let me say this. I can't imagine you making these songs. How about that? That's a better way for me to put
Yeah,
this.
I don't.
Based off of what we've heard so far.
Yeah, I like to I like to rap.
Yeah.
And Forrest different than me. Forrest likes to,
Or
he's
likes to vibe
expressive.
out.
Yeah, he's expressive with melodies. But also, I
Hmm.
realized so Ford just start listening to lyrics. I know that's funny to
Hmm.
say, but he just start listening to lyrics on songs. Like I will listen to song like, did you hear what he say? He's like, nah. Like, what you mean? He was like, I wasn't listening. I was listening. I was vibing out. I'm like, well, you're missing half the song. But that's where he and I differ. So like,
Hmm.
I hear y'all say like the verses are lacking. He not don't listen to the verses. He not
Right.
thinking about these verses. These verses don't matter to him. Catch a vibe.
Yeah.
That's what I caught on this, and I'm like, I could like you saying that is perfect example of like that's I'm thinking of the hooks, the beats. I'm like, is he studied like sounds of vibes of just like feeling like I guess atmospheric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it
Because he
feel like
kind
he
of reminded
studied
me of
that. That's
Amir
what it,
Obi at times.
it's like. That feel like he.
Mm.
It's like what he kind of like. That's what he really wanted to give out. Was like you don't really got to care about what I'm saying, but it's like this sound and I'm making, bro. You know what I mean? It was just I don't know. I
You
liked
will
it.
listen to this more and
Yeah, just
more. Is what it is.
right, bro. And
Mhm.
it's 16 freaking minutes, bro. I don't know how many times I listened to this thing, right? I don't know how many times because
No, the
it's
first day,
quick.
I'm not gonna lie. The first day I listened to this, I was like, "For this felt literally all over the place." I'm like,
Yeah.
because I only liked four songs at first, which
Hmm.
pun intended, I
That's
guess.
still good.
I only like Doubt, Gone,
Out of
Goldeneye,
six.
and Too Late. But now, going back, listening to it multiple times, kind of seeing what else is coming up. I enjoyed more songs. I think the one song I like the least now is Too Late, but Pretty Lie was a jam, especially with the hook. Like I
Pretty
said, the verse.
line, well, any
The verse,
line.
well,
Yeah.
not Four's verse. Four's verse was cool. The GBK AU, I think that's how you say his name. That
Yeah.
zombie cheeks line just stands out to me. I cannot forget that line from there. But yeah, Too Late was a cool song. I think Four was doing a little bit more rapping on that one as well. And how'd you feel about Too Late, B?
No, it was cool. It was a straight song. Baby I to me was that high for me. So going to this, I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'm like, who hurt four, bro? Four going through a heartbreak or something, bro? Like
He
He's a crash
is.
dummy.
he
He
is.
is. He is. He is. He is. Yo, he is.
That boy crashing
Who
out
hurt
on
little
these
four,
tunes right here.
man?
Yo,
Four
they
younger than you, right? Right,
yeah,
Dom? He younger
yeah,
than you.
425. Yeah, 425.
Oh man, young buck.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
For my young
But
boy, that's crazy, right?
He's a young boy.
yes. And then
No,
we got
that's
the
that's what's
last
up
track,
though.
Pretty Lie. How'd you feel about that one, B?
I like the hook on this one. Like you said, verses on here. I was like, didn't really care for it, but that pretty line, I like that. I like the beat on
Wait,
it.
was GBK, was this a song where GBK said something like, I lied to you and said I voted for Kamala or something like that?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like,
I
God
was like,
dang.
yo, this fool wild. Talking about, yeah,
I was like, he
no.
just said something that stood out to me, but I'm just like, mm.
He said he voted for Kamala. I think did he say he voted for Kamala? I thought
No,
he said he voted for Kamala for you.
No, that's what I'm
oh,
saying. That's what he's
yeah.
saying. But the song's about pretty lies. So I'm saying like he probably was
Oh,
lying.
maybe
He's
he
just
lied.
Oh,
That's what you're
dang,
saying.
he
Okay, I
said,
yeah.
got you. I got you.
Good
yeah.
boy. It's good ideas for bars. It's like
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
it's like, yeah, no, it's Lil Wayne that's to me. Like that's some shit Wayne would say. Like he
Mhm.
was saying like and then I ate her pussy, but it's like out there enough to be like, you know what I'm saying?
He will say
Yeah.
some nasty stuff, but nah, bro. Overall, man, I think, like you said, he's getting better with each what I want to say with each project he's putting out.
Mhm.
I think only thing I say he need to work on is what he's saying. Like
Yeah.
he got to get that confidence in that rapping because I know he's a little bilingual. You know what I mean?
He's a little bilingual. He's an immigrant, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm
immigrant.
hiding from ICE. I'm hiding that
Oh
nigga.
yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
this
you
is the
told me.
snitch. This is a snitch dog right
Yeah,
here. The one
I
that
know.
asked.
I know. It's the FBI.
So I can hear it. You can be like, okay, he just got to get in that pocket, get in that flow. You know what I mean? He got to be in America a little longer. I guess. How long he been here? I'm just asking for a friend. Oh, I'm asking for a
15
friend.
years. Nigga said, yo, he legal?
You better start
he
calling Tariq Nasheed soon. He like,
come
hey,
on, nah, he legal now. He got his paperwork. He
Nah,
good.
that's what's up, nah. But nah, shout out to his citizenship. But
What would y'all
but
rate this album 1 out of 10? I want to know
I
because
never.
so we
I know
never
I know
do
y'all, I know
like we
I
never
know
do
y'all never
scores,
do that.
but
I know y'all never
yeah,
do that. But I want to give four something tangible to work on
I
because
got you.
four is getting better each album, and I think it's to me it's interesting how somebody can just pick up music. Hip hop is a beautiful genre because it is the
Mm,
most accessible genre. It is literally it takes just like wanting to learn how to rhyme good. You can do the genre. Most other genres you got to have like a guy given skill like playing an instrument or a beautiful voice. Hip hop is like, can you put words together? Like,
mm.
do you have the drive to learn how to put words together or learn melody or just like can you fool around with auto tune? It's one of those. It's like the only genre where you can learn it. So I do think it's interesting from that perspective. So like a score given based off a third album to me isn't like detrimental to one's career, but I do think it's a good like learning point for somebody.
Yeah,
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I can give him a score. You know what I'm saying? If I
Give
do a
him a
number.
give him a real score, man. Don't be nice because I'm here. Give him a real
No,
one.
oh no, oh bro, I'm never that, bro. But out of 10, I give him a 6.5.
I think it's a solid score.
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10.
I th-
Come on, Chase.
see the problem for me giving a score is that I have nothing to base a score off of previously. That's what makes this harder for me because I don't know what he's coming from, like you said, of him getting better
I'm going by what I listen to.
Yeah, based off this, based off this album, not even in
based off
totality.
of this.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you liked 4 out of 7 songs initially, so we're already over
Yeah, I
half
like
the
four
album
out of
you
seven.
like.
Yeah, but I like the album now. But like I said, there's things that I'm like, okay, like the verses. I'm like, all right. Ugh. The verses never really caught me for four. The hooks is what really caught me, and I'm just like, all right, I could get through the verse if I could get to that hook. And so
Hmm.
that's the thing.
How much that weigh down a song for you? A bad verse.
A bad verse. It depends on how many verses is on there.
Mm,
It depends on how long the verse is too. Because
okay.
sometimes some verses don't be that long, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting the hook soon, so I'm about to be out of there.
Mm.
First song is a bit of a, but I like the hook. Gone, I really like. Golden Eye, like I said, it's just the hook. I mean, it's just it's just the verses. I give it about a 6.
These are
Hmm.
solid ratings. I think that these are
Hmm.
solid ratings.
Hmm. Because I
What
can't
is
go 5 because I really like these hooks on here.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the
I had
thing.
to get,
The
and
hooks is
also,
what's really holding him up. The hooks and the melodies. He's really
and also,
impacting with the melodies.
I'm not judging him off of like he's been making music for years. I'm not gonna
mm,
go hard on him because I know he's learning as he go, and
yeah.
I like that type of stuff. I love that when people take chances, and you can hear it. You can hear the like him not being comfortable like that. I like that growth because now once I heard this, his next project, I'm like, I might judge him a little harder because I'm like, hey, you gave me dope hooks on here. Like,
Mm.
let's see you expound on something else. Let's see you grow here. So
So
I
next
like that.
next album is like Dope Hooks is not even he's like
Yeah,
I'm
I need some.
expecting that. The verse is what I need improvement on.
Yeah, I need him to at least give me out of 7 tracks. He give me 7 tracks. Give me four good verses,
Four
and
good verses.
I'll be like, all right, cool. That's a start.
Four good verses from four. Let's do
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
need. Four good verses.
My thing is that I just need him to be a bit more in pocket. That's the only thing when it comes to the verses. Because there's sometimes where him switching his flow up was detrimental to me actually liking the verse. Because there was
Mm.
some, like I said, when he switched the flow up, I'm just like, ooh, it's like I'm taking notes like assignments, something like
Yeah,
co-assignments. Like it's
amen.
like, okay,
Yeah.
but you had a nice flow right before that. That if you
Yeah.
would just kept that going throughout the whole verse, the verse would have been cool.
We
It would
say
have
if I
been
get knocked down 9 times, I will be getting up 10 more. What? And what do you,
what do you say, punch out like Mike Tyson?
I said, yeah,
But it's stuff like that that's like very like
yeah.
off that stand out to me. But it's just one of those things. I'm just like, I get it though. I get it.
But I'm
So
saying
I'm
Yeah.
not.
it's a
I'm
part. It's
more
the
so
part of
rating
it.
him off of did he achieve what he was supposed to with the project, not more so basing it off of like something previously because I have nothing
Yeah,
to compare him to.
Mm.
yeah,
So yeah,
but
for
yeah.
me, it's a passing project where I'm just like, give me something different that I haven't heard. I'm like, all right, check this out.
All right.
Hey,
W review.
yeah. Thanks, bro. Hey,
Well,
I
that's
just
because we
wanted
actually talk about the music.
We talk about the music, bro. You know what I'm saying? I saw 4. I'm like, he putting out an album. I'm like, hold up. That's why I quote tweeted him was like, oh, hey, we might have to check this out.
Listen,
No.
I knew about his album for a while. He played it for, and I was excited for this one because I think this is his best work so far. But he's getting better every time. He's getting better every time. And when y'all was going over, y'all was like, "Whoa, this is perfect." Because y'all reviewed like my last 2, so I was like, if y'all review 4, I want to be here. And 4 don't know I'm gonna be here yet. 4 don't know.
That's,
so
that's what's up. That's what's up.
It's gonna be fun. Be like, yeah, nigga, I was there. I reviewed your shit, fun nigga.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
But yeah, shout out to 4 from Potty Mouth. If y'all haven't already, I'll leave his links down in the description down below as well.
Shout him out, bro.
Potty Mouth.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.